We're in San Bernardino at the San Bernardino International Airport, home of the former Norton Air Force Base, and I'm here with Bob Edwards at the museum.
At the museum.
Bob, when did this museum open?
We opened 2 years ago in March, this coming March. We're almost 2 years old.
Okay. And you know what, I had no idea that you had a museum here until somebody from the city said, hey, you gotta check out this new museum. Tell me, how did this get started and how long did it take to establish?
Well, a young lady from the Inland Empire Redevelopment Agency asked if there was anyone interested in helping them establish a museum here at the airport that would capture the Norton story.
Sure.
So several of us volunteered and spent a year putting together our command media, if you will, our processes and procedures. And then we started to build. We opened the doors. This was a big, empty, unfinished room. And in January and then the following March, we opened the museum to the public.
Now, were you in the military here at Norton Air Force Base?
Yes, this was my first assignment.
Oh, wow.
Back in 1967.
Okay, a couple years ago.
A few back.
Now, what about, there's a lot of people in the museum today that are, I guess, here to help us. What about the rest of the individuals?
We have a board of directors, and then we're dependent upon a lot of the volunteers from the general public and also from the Norton Veterans Group that come in and work here at the museum. We're open 2 days a week, Saturdays and Thursdays, 10 to 2. We're also open on an as-needed basis when schools or senior groups, everything, like to come in and bring their group, then we avail to that as well.
So here in the museum, what can people come out and expect to see?
Well, what we've gone and asked the public to bring us their memorabilia. The folks that were stationed here or worked here as a civilian, everybody's got memorabilia that they collected in their career. And everything you see in here has come through the front door. It's all come back to Norton.
What did you bring, since we're going to meet others, what did you bring that's near and dear to you?
Oh, well, there's several pictures and whatnot in here that I have donated.
Okay.
Yeah, that I brought during my career that had a big influence here at Norton.
What's the thing that you're most proud of serving our country?
Being able to do so.
Very nice, very nice, awesome. So we're going to meet others here in the museum.
That's correct. I have my staff and they're here, and each one will explain a different display to you.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of taxi around the museum, and then we'll go outside and look at the memorial, which we're quite proud of.
Very nice. Well, thanks for having us here.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
It. All right. So Norton was a native of San Bernardino.
Yes, he was born and raised in San Bernardino. He went to grade school, middle school, high school, junior college in San Bernardino. When he went to Canada and joined the Royal Canadian Air Force before the United States got involved in the war, and then he came back and joined the Army Air Corps. There were 5 names that were selected. There were 16 names they originally considered for the naming. They finally cut it down to a list of 5. Of that, they picked Norton, and Norton is the San Bernardino native, and it was a way to honor a native son who was shot down during combat in France in 1944, in May 1944.
Wow.
So it was a fitting tribute to him and his family.
You know, you take for granted names of places and an Air Force Base. I never gave it a picture of who it's named after, and thank you guys for doing that. I'm sure other people probably feel the same way, like, oh wow, to pay tribute, and I didn't realize it was, maybe I'm the only one, but I didn't realize it was actually named after somebody.
No, you're not the only one, and we get that a lot of times. But we have lots more to tell, and we'd love to share those stories with everybody.
Thank you so much, Jim. Wow, that's cool. So I'm here with Jim, and when you walk in, that picture, you're about to tell me about this picture, and that's one of the first things I noticed when I walked in. That's a great shot. What are we looking at there?
Now here's a shot of a C-141 flying over the top of old Norton Air Force Base, where we currently are right now.
Yeah.
What we did again was the fact that the mission of the C-141 that was stationed here at Norton Air Force Base, we carried everything that you could possibly get in the back of the airplane, from Christmas trees to nuclear weapons. Here's a windshield off a C-141. Now look how thick that
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's many layers of glass and plastic, and that actually is heated in the airplane. So if you ever get hit with a bird, it'll just bounce off and not, kill the pilot. And this was donated to the museum. So it's amazing the stuff that the people donate to the museum.
Sure.
That they find sitting around.
So the end of our tour is actually outside, and I'm here with Billy. Billy, you said you wanted to stop and talk about this box real quick.
Yes, I did. Yes, this is a 1930 mailbox that was donated to us from the post office. We have painted it red, white, and blue, and it's here for people to bring unserviceable American flags so that they can be stored honorably.
We also have something very unique
Yes,
to the
we do.
world here,
Yes.
right? I've read about it in textbook, I've heard about it growing up, and I can't believe I'm actually touching the Berlin Wall. What was the Berlin Wall?
That's true, that's true. And there's one thing about it that makes it very important to me personally, is it's a symbol of America's freedom. Now this wall, when it was in place, people didn't have the right to come and go as they please. And from what I understand, the reason the top looks so nice is because the people couldn't reach it, but people tried to destroy the wall by hammering and knocking on it. And we just celebrated the 25th anniversary that the wall came down. So we're very fortunate here at the Norton Museum to have actually a piece of the Berlin Wall.
I mean, just driving by, there's 3rd Street right there, Del Rosa right there. You can actually see it from the street.
Right.
Wow, wow, this is so cool. So unique to the Inland Empire. Oh my goodness, let alone the world. So this is a famous airplane, huh?
What's famous about the model of our airplane is the tail number, 177. That was the first 141, which was stationed here at Norton, to go to Hanoi to pick up our first load of POWs. Any time that Norton Air Force Base was given that mission, it was always the same airplane. Therefore, the airplane got the nickname the Hanoi Taxi.
Holding the plane up is this unique wall. Tell me
Yes.
about this wall.
This wall is made up of bricks of members that have served in the military. We have all branches of the military here. There are some civilians here, and there's some organizations. And we had the opportunity of all these bricks that are here to have the names and different organizations that they serve.
Wow. Well, Billy, I want to thank you, and I want to thank all the other volunteers out here at Norton Air Force Base Museum. Obviously, a jewel. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for your service too. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.